Welcome to the video on fixing negotiation. The purpose of this video is to understand the negotiation process for a cargo and also deep dive in key negotiation terms. When a chartering officer decides to proceed with a cargo, they need to prepare an offer. The main components of an offer consist of the name of the vessel we are proposing, the itinerary of her current voyage, as well as the description of the intended cargo, the load discharge ranges, the laycan. The financials are affected by the freight levels, the demurrage rate, the cargo overage, the cargo type, the lay time, and the commission structure, and should also be described in detail. More specifically, the freight is either in world scale or lump sum. In world scale, the freight is expressed as a percentage of the flat rate for a specific load discharge combination. In lump sum, the freight is expressed as a lump sum amount. In case there are several discharge geographical intentions, different freight rates are provided. The demurrage rate is also negotiated and refers to a daily amount in US dollars in case the cargo operations exceed the laytime allowance. The minimum quantity is the minimum tons on which the freight will be paid. Typically, 70 kilotons in North America, 100 kilotons in the Baltic Sea, and 80 kilotons elsewhere for Aframaxes. The cargo overage is applicable only when fixing in world scale and refers to the compensation for any additional quantity on top of the minimum quantity agreed. Let's calculate the freight for a CD Career to Livorno voyage with a minimum quantity of 80,000 tons. Assuming that the flat rate, as per the world scale book, is $7 per ton and the freight rate is at 90 WS, the freight is calculated as quantity times flat rate times world scale equals freight. 80,000 tons times $7 per ton times 90% equals $504,000. Among different voyages, there are various protective clauses that we need to add because if they are omitted, they would have a financial impact. The cost items settled by the owner are for owner's account, while the ones charged to the charterer are for charterer's account. Such clauses may include a cap on port expenses for owner's account or the allocation of the cost for cleaning and heating among owners and charterers, or clauses needed under specific circumstances, such as the coronavirus pandemic. These are essentially the main terms that are being discussed and negotiated on a case-by-case basis, while the rest of the terms would usually apply as per the last done fixture between owners and charterers. For example, there are standard voyage contracts with oil majors such as BP, Shell, and Exxon. The negotiation might imply several back and forths. Counteroffers are often based on accept or accept based, and changes proposed are highlighted. One final yet important thing we should keep in mind when sending multiple offers or counteroffers is the time validity. The validity window can last from seconds, i.e. counter given verbally for prompt reply, to several hours, and it is up to us to decide for how long we want to commit the vessel and proposal we send. In any case, we must make sure to never send more than one offer or counteroffer within the same validity window. In the example with two cargo options, one market cargo from CD Career to Livorno and a private one from Caen to Trieste, we proposed to both within different validity windows, and after a series of counteroffers between owners and charterers on the main terms, we managed to reach an agreement on the market cargo and we decided to go on subs. The sub's duration is also part of the negotiation, as it refers to the period we commit the vessel to that cargo to review all other terms and go through the clearance process. More specifically, the chartering officer should request from the technical managers and the operations department all documents needed for clearance. These typically include stowage plans. Having a stowage plan, we know what is the maximum quantity of a specific cargo type that the vessel can load given specific restrictions such as port draft restrictions, water salinity, cargo density, and temperature, and bunkers remaining on board. Certifications such as Q88, oil and air pollution prevention certificates, safety, crew, P&I, protection and indemnity certificates. Technical drawings such as the general arrangement plan, terminal warranties, and other confirmations requested by specific charterers or terminals. If the clearance process is successful, the vessel will get fully fixed. The chartering officer reviews the charter party sent by the broker and forwards it to key stakeholder counterparties. From the moment the vessel gets fully fixed, the voyage execution is handled by the operations, bunkering, disbursements, and post-fixture departments, and the fixing cycle will repeat once the vessel becomes workable again. Depending on various factors, but mainly the market conditions, we could have fixed the vessel either prior to the completion of her current voyage or after. If the vessel is fully fixed after the completion of her last discharge, then her condition would be ballast fixed. If not, her condition would be ballast unfixed, and her condition would turn to ballast fixed as soon as we receive the confirmation that all subs are lifted. In any case, once the vessel gets fully fixed, she needs to arrive at the load port before or within the agreed laycan. After the vessel completes loading the cargo, she will be in laden condition and start sailing towards the discharge port as instructed by the charterers. This brings us to the end of the video on the fixing negotiation.